This video will show you how to do an analysis of between subjects data. What we have here are data that I made up, but they're supposed to be about an experiment in which people read a description of a candidate for a job and then judged how competent that person was going to be if they got the job. People read the same description of that person's experiences, but the description varied slightly in that half of the people read a description in which the person was supposed to have attended a private school, and the other half read a description in which the person was supposed to have attended a state school. Furthermore, half of the people saw a photograph of the supposed candidate who was very attractive, and the other half saw a photo of a person who was not very attractive. So if you look at the data file, and I'm going to move the cursor so you can see it as it goes, we have the attractive and the unattractive people, and then in each condition, half the people saw a public school and half the people saw a private school. Now it's a little hard to know which of those things stand for which unless you have labeled them. And it's always a good idea to label them because when you're trying to look at your final analysis, it's helpful to have what things stand for. So what we want to do is look at the variable view here, and you can see this place, which is labels, which is attractiveness and school attended and competence, which are the names of our variables. And then we have this column of values. Here is where you would enter the value, the number that you're going to use to represent something, and the label, what it's going to stand for. And so you have, in this case, for very attractive, 1, and for unattractive, 2. And for the schools, you have 1 for a state school and 2 for a private school. So let's go back and look at the data view. And now, if you look up here at this icon, it has value labels. And if we click value labels, now you can see what those numbers stand for. And this is really very helpful when you're trying to think about what you have found in your experiment and make sure you're talking about the right conditions. To do the analysis, you want to go to Analyze, General Linear Model, Univariate, and then in this screen you want to put the competence, which is your dependent variable, in the dependent variable box, and the 2 independent variables in the fixed factors box. Under Options, you want to select Descriptive Statistics and Estimates of Effect Size, and you want to get the means, so you click Overall, hold down the Shift key, click the bottom variable here, and move them all over to Display Means For, and click Continue. Because we'd like to see what the data look like on a graph, we select Plots, put one of them on a horizontal axis and have the other one be shown on separate lines, Add, and Continue. And now we're going to run the program and we see the output. You can see here we have the labels that we've put in for each of the numbers. So instead of seeing just the 1 and the 2 here, you can see that this is the attractiveness with the 2 values of school and the school attended with the 2 values of school. The next box that we see are the descriptive statistics. And here you can see, again, all of the combinations of factors. And if you look at this corner over here, you can see that there were 40 participants in this experiment. There were 10 in each of the conditions. Now let's look at what we found. We have the F column here, and we have the significance here, and the significance levels are not significant for the interaction, that's attractiveness and the school attended, but we have a significant effect for the school and for attractiveness. Those are the numbers that you're going to want to use in reporting your effects. Let's just scroll down quickly here and take a look at the graph. And you can see that we have people in a private school being rated higher than people in a public school, and the attractive people being rated higher than the unattractive people.